Oh goodness. It's just habit. You. Good day, mates. And boy, I don't know that there's anything good about it, or what have you. But at least for, well, you know what I was going to say, at least for Americans, but the world is dealing with a very difficult. Mm, boy, that's good. The world is dealing with a difficult situation right now, and so I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to maintain some semblance of normalcy. Is that how it goes? Some semblance of normalcy or something like that. I went down to I'm sitting in my car, as you can tell, and I went down to Woolworths. I'm still getting used to that because when I was a little kid, Woolworths was the place that I used to walk up to and kind of like walk up and down the aisles and wonder what should I get for Christmas, and what do I want for Christmas, or what should I get for my birthday, or I would save up my paper route money, and you'd go down to Woolworths, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was right. That was Woolworths. Well, we're Woolworths here in Australia is a major supermarket chain. Yeah, you go to Woolworths and you buy your groceries and stuff. And I came down here to get my coffee because I ran out of coffee this morning. So I came down to get a cup of coffee. Mm, my long black. I came down to get my long black, and and uh, and I asked them. I said, "Do you know where I could find some biscotti?" And they said, "What?" I said, "Biscotti, biscotti." I said, "I don't know how to pronounce it. Biscotti, biscotti, something like that." And she said, "Oh, well," and I described it to her, kind of like a biscuit or something like that. And she said, maybe down aisle three. You might find that down aisle three or something. So I went down and I couldn't find it for the life of me. And I went over to the international foods. I went to search the international foods, thinking that maybe, they would have it with the Italian stuff. And there was no biscotti. And then I went back to the bakery and I thought surely the bakery would either have some biscotti or biscotti and what have you, maybe with or without the anise seeds or something, but they didn't have any. They didn't have any either. So for one last attempt, I would go back up to the I thought I'd go back up to the biscuit aisle, and lo and behold, okay. Hmm. Now you Aussies out there, you know damn well what this is. This isn't a biscotti or biscotti. No, 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 no. This is what the Aussies have. You see? So I thought to myself, screw the Italians. Sorry, Carlo. I thought to myself, screw the Italians. I'm in Australia. And when in Australia, you do as the Aussies do. And I thought, I'm going to get myself some Anzac biscuits. There you go. Anzac. You see? I first became familiar with Anzac biscuits on that morning when Michelle and I went up to see the kangaroos in the rain. Remember that? We were coming back, and I wanted something for breakfast, and we stopped into this little place. Oh no, no, it wasn't. It was the tinder box. Wasn't it? Wasn't it the? Isn't that what they call it? The tinder box or something like that? The lunch pail. Where I went and oh, I don't remember where that was. It was a famous statue that Oz told me I had to stop and see, of a dog sitting on a lunchbox or something like that. And I remember I stopped in there for a drink or something, and they gave me an Anzac biscuit. I remember that. What was that? Was it a tinderbox? the name of there's a famous statue or dog or something. Somebody out there, I'm sure, will comment. But anyway, that's where I first became familiar with these biscuits. Yeah, I'll only have one a day. What's it called? Tucker box. Thank you, Oz. Tucker box. Yeah. So it's when I stopped at that stop to see the Tucker box or something, the statue, and I went into that little store, that little market, and the woman gave me an Anzac biscuit. And there's a story behind these. I don't know if there's a story behind biscotti. I don't know if you go pick up a box of biscotti with anise seeds, extract flavor in it. I don't know if there's a story behind biscotti. Maybe there is. But there's a story behind Anzac biscuits. And it goes something like this. The Anzac biscuit, as it's known today, came to take its special place in history during World War I. It's made with oats, coconut, golden syrup, and no eggs. These biscuits had the unique ability to stay fresh for long periods of time, which meant that they could last the time it took to get to Anzac soldiers fighting overseas. Baked by wives, mothers, and sweethearts, these biscuits symbolize love and care from home. I wonder why Carlo never gave me any Anzac biscuits, especially since they symbolize love and care from home. Carlo never gave me Anzac biscuits. That's interesting. Gave me lots of biscotti, but never an Anzac biscuit. Anyway, today Anzac biscuits are a tangible link to our heritage. You notice they said our heritage? Our heritage, as in I'm an Aussie now. Our heritage. A reminder of the values that shaped who we are today. You see, I'm just like an Aussie now. I am. This our heritage, who we are today. You see, I'm fitting right in. I'm fitting right in with the Aussie culture. Unabik Anzac biscuits celebrate the Australian spirit in every bite. I was wondering what that was that I was tasting in every bite of that biscuit. But anyway, not too much on my mind today. Just this whole rioting thing. It's like a dream that you just want to wake up from. It's like you wake up in the morning and you think, was I dreaming? Was it a dream? And then you gotta inevitably turn on the news to see what the hell is happening. And God, what a mess. What an absolute mess. And now they're talking, the latest headline that I just read on Fox News is they're moving to arrest some of the higher members of Antifa for fear that, they're going to take it into the suburbs. And oh my God, what a mess that's going to be. That's exactly one of the things that I was fearing. That right now they're looting major cities. The St. Louis, the Los Angeles, the Washington D.C., the New York, the whatever. They're major. They're looting major cities. Well, what's next is the pronounced anus or anan. Okay, I don't know. And who is that? Tammy. So now they're talking about, concerned that these rioters are going to take it into the suburbs. The local shopping malls, the local strip malls, all that kind of stuff. And why shouldn't they? There's a million reasons why they shouldn't, but they're just trying to disrupt the society. And somebody sent me I don't know what it was, a discussion about the protesters and all that. What happened to George Floyd and anybody else, regardless of their race or whatever, that was killed needlessly, is a tragedy. It's a real tragedy. It should never have happened. There's no excuse. There's no defense. It should never have happened. And there's no reason that people can't and shouldn't, for that matter, protest, you know, peacefully, protest peacefully. There's no reason for that. I mean, there's no reason that they shouldn't do that. I'll march right alongside them, given the opportunity. I'll get in line and I'll march with everybody and say that Black lives matter and blue lives matter and white lives matter, and life matters. Life is precious. It doesn't matter the color. Life is precious, and there should never be a situation such as what happened with George Floyd or anybody else. So I'm all for the peaceful protest, but we're not witnessing peaceful protest. We're witnessing uh, evil at its root. What you're seeing, it's just absolute. It's evil. It's evil. There's somebody, I read a story last night going to bed that a police officer was scuffling with somebody in Las Vegas, and somebody comes up and shoots him in the back of the head. In the back of the head. The chances are there's a little boy or girl or boy and or whatever, waking up or going to bed tonight knowing that their daddy's never coming home, and what have you. And it's just absolutely senseless. So anyway, hmm, I don't want to get off on the whole rioting thing. I'm sure you're inundated with all that kind of news. But what else is on my mind? I had Andre. I had Andre and her mom Yanae, who I love two of them to death. I really do. I care about them a lot, and I've been asking Andre to do a live chat with me, via video camera, so I could see what mail I've got back home. Go through my mail. I need to know what's in my mail back back home, because some of it might be time sensitive. 90% of it is crap. But they sat there this morning, holding the camera, and Andre, opening going through my mail. And it's interesting that one of the things that they opened up, it was from the Minnesota Twins that had come back in March or something like that. Had been delivered in March, and I said, "Open that up." And she opens it up, and it's $1,000 check. It's $1,000. It's $1,000 check from the Minnesota Twins, and it was a deposit. It was a deposit. Remember the Twins rented my house? How many people do I got right now? 17 people. Wow. I'm almost getting up there with Skip Smith. But 17 people, or $1,000. There's a check for $1,000 sitting in my mailbox for the last I don't know, what is it, 2 months now. And apparently the Twins had sent me a check for like 10 grand or something to rent my house for 2 months. And then I guess for whatever reason they sent the deposit separately. And I didn't know. They just sent me a check and I just deposited it. And I just didn't. I just deposited the check they sent me. And I didn't come to think that the $1,000 was in it or wasn't in it. I just deposited the check. And then they moved out of my house, and I sent them $1,000 returning the deposit that I didn't know was sitting in my mail, for the last 2 months. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's, you wake up today and I'm $1,000 ahead than where I was yesterday, or where I thought I was yesterday. But you know what? I got to tell you something. Yesterday, I thought to call. Yesterday, I told you the story about the drone footage I did out at Soldiers Point over this famous marina, and how I had taken some of the photos from that drone footage and put it up on their Google business listing, Soldiers Point Marina. You can Google it, Soldiers Point Marina. And if you look at their photos from their Google reviews or whatever, you'll see some pictures that are obviously from a drone. And so I thought to call yesterday, and I called over there, not knowing who would answer the phone. And I hear Soldiers Point Marina. This is whatever her name was. And I said, "Hi, my name is Tom Hall." And she goes, "Hi." She goes, "Hi, Tom. Hi." I said, "Well, hello." And she said, "Oh, it's so nice and so nice to hear your voice." And I'm like, you know me? "Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I know you," or something like that. So anyway, long story short, as we start talking about, well, we talked about many different things, but it's a small family run business, this Soldier Point Marina. They won Marina of the Year. And, and I was talking to her, and she happened to be in charge of marketing. I guess there's only three of them there. So it's kind of like, Betty, why don't you do the marketing? Okay. I'll do the bookkeeping, you do the marketing, and Bill, he'll do the sales. Okay, sounds good to me. Something that's probably how it went. Probably on they were probably driving on the way to church or something like that, talking about how to run this business. And so anyway, so we talked for a little while, and I told her, I said, because they wanted to hire me. And I said, well, I said, I really can't be doing any, just getting a text message. I said, I really can't be doing any work here. I said, I'm not here I'm on a visitor visa. I can't work in Australia. I can't really, contract with you to do photography or drone or anything like that. I said, but I'm happy to share my stuff with you. I said, that's, if it'll help you and what have you, I'm happy to share it with you. And before we hung up, before we hung up, she was offering me, she said, well, we can't pay you. Okay. Yeah, we can't pay you, but we've got an apartment you're welcome to stay at. And I said, you have a, uh, George Floyd had fentanyl meth in his system at that time. Yeah. The, uh, the what was I going to say? I got distracted, you see, Mark. But so they're offering me an apartment. It's a 3-bedroom apartment. And I said, where is the apartment? They said, it's right here at the marina. I said, you're kidding. She said, no, no, no. We've got a nice apartment. You're welcome to stay. And I'm thinking to myself, goodness gracious. Here I was 2 weeks ago, as the sun's going down, flying this drone all over their marina, worried that somebody's going to catch me, and call the police and all that kind of stuff. And now the next thing I know, I'm staying at their apartment. I'm staying in the marina. Maybe, maybe I'll make friends with somebody and go out deep sea fishing. I don't know. We will see, as the saying goes. But anyway, Mark, you made a comment about what was in George Floyd's system. Okay, the meth and whatever it was that was in his system. Nothing excuses. Nothing explains. Nothing excuses what happened to that man. I mean, they had that man handcuffed on his stomach on the ground. Okay, they had him handcuffed. He was gone. He was in custody. All they had to do is, I was listening to somebody, uh, take the deal. I did take the deal. I did take it. But all he had, and there's no deal. They're just giving me the apartment. But anyway, the what was I gonna say? There was no excuse. They had that guy. They had him cuffed. They had him on the ground. They had his knee on his neck. He was saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Um, they had him. They murdered the guy. And you could argue, I think it was Nancy Grace on Fox or whatever, was saying that he should be charged with first degree murder. And, that may very well be the case. That may very well be the case that, that it was first degree murder. I mean, he had his knee on his neck. People were telling him, that he can't breathe, he can't breathe. And he kept his knee on his neck. And there was no reason to do that. There was absolutely no reason to do that. And that cop right now, he's on suicide watch. You think he's oblivious to what's going on in the world right now because of the crap that he did? You think they come up every morning and they give him a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee with a biscotti or an Anzac biscuit, and they give him the morning newspaper? You think they do that? Do you think the guards come up to his cell and hold up Fox News, on in front of the cell and say, "Look what you did"? You know, I I don't know, but anyway, so that's about it, folks. I need to get on. I need to get on with my day. I'm gonna go out and have lunch today at the Soldiers Point Marina. I'm gonna go have lunch today, and I said, I'll come out, I'll open up my laptop, we'll go through the footage. I still have all the footage. You can say, okay, I want that picture, that picture, that picture, whatever it is. And and we'll go do that. I'm gonna try to I'll try to ingratiate myself. Is that the right word? Ingratiate? I'll try to ingratiate myself to them. So I need to get on with my day. I need to get on with my day. I hope everybody out there enjoy your day, and everyone. Okay. So I need to get on with my day. I'm going to put a link down in the description, the comments of this. I'm going to put a link to the video that I did. I'll put a link to the video I did of the marina. I think it's at 3 minutes into the video. Go to 3 minutes into the video and you'll see the drone footage of this marina. But that's my next home. So, all right, folks. Anyway, take good care, all right? Talk to you later.